Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist, and welcome. That's Rogue. Yeah, she found her bone. I take her toys away for a while in like rotation, and then I give them to her. So I just gave that one back to her yesterday, so it's now her favorite thing. Hi. Were you saying hi too? Um, Welcome to my channel. Thank you all for coming back if you're subscribers, and thank you to any new viewers who are catching me. I talk about a number of things usually, but mostly cross stitch, but also whatever other crafts I happen to be doing. um, I okay, so we are nearing the end of October. Yeah, it's hard to believe. About a week left. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Gross. So I am trying to work on Christmas presents a lot, and as you recall, I had a birthday present that I started for my sister in June or July, which isn't anywhere near done, and her birthday was earlier this month. However, the bag that I was sewing for the symphony, I finished last week, and I had an appointment in town. When I say in town, those of you who've been to Phoenix, you know, but Phoenix is like the 5th largest city in the U.S., but it is not a tall city. It is a wide city. So, and it is made up of several towns just kind of all around Phoenix. And while technically I live in Phoenix, a bunny just ran by. Technically, while I live in Phoenix, Phoenix is north of a mountain called South Mountain. It's not a mountain like I think of with fir trees and snow at the top and all that, but my sister calls them dirt clod mountains. And I live close to the foothills of said mountain, but on the opposite side. So we're our own little community, but it's not incorporated into a town. Tempe is closer to me than Phoenix. So when I say go into town, I mean go around the mountain and past the airport and up into Phoenix. And I had an appointment up there, so, and my sister works, the symphony hall is in Phoenix. So I had an appointment. I decided to take the bag and meet my sister for lunch. Sounds easy, right? Yeah. There is football, which was taking up a lot of activities in Phoenix. Not football. Baseball? Diamondbacks are baseball, right? You can tell I like sports. Yeah, my poor son, he has to go to somebody else's house to watch sporting events because I was like, not on my TV. So we decided to meet at a restaurant that was not under the building that she works in, but very, very, very close. I drove around 4 times and couldn't find parking. metered parking that was right in front of it. So I called my sister and I said, there's no parking. What do you want to do? She said, well, I'm out on the street anyway. She had something to do where she was walking, around to hotels in town, in Phoenix. And she said, can you pick me up at the corner of such and such? And I said, yes. And so we got her, and I said, look, all of the parking meters in front of the restaurant are taken. And of course, you have no idea how long somebody's going to be there. They could be there hours, they could be there 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. So we went to the parking garage where she parks and basically walked around the block to get to the restaurant. And as soon as we got to the restaurant, there was a parking meter right there in front. 2, actually. Yeah. That's the way it goes, right? But the symphony liked it, and they want me to make the other 3, so I spent money I didn't have to get the fabric. I just went ahead and ordered it because it's like a bolt and a half of fabric. So I went ahead and ordered it and the snaps so that I would have everything I needed at my fingertips. But, well, most everything. I couldn't get everything through Joanne. More on that later. So that's basically what I've been doing. But when I made that first bag, I'm sorry, I have things, I didn't put them in any particular order, I guess, but I want to talk about them in a different order. When I made that first bag, I had a yard of fabric where I wanted it was supposed to be 3 feet with a 4-inch, I decided on 4-inch. She said she would need like 3, and I wanted it to be in case they decided they needed to put more things in it, give them a little bit more room. So I wanted a 4-inch gusset, but it was going to be seamed on the side, or close to a 4-inch gusset. So I cut each piece of fabric 3 feet 5 inches. And for some reason, I said, as I was cutting this piece of fabric, I said, that's not the right size. And I cut off the top edge because it needed to be 2 feet high, plus room for the gusset on the bottom, right? So 2 inches, doubled, 4 inches, right? Yeah, I didn't leave seam allowance. So my sister and I talked about it, and she said, just go sew a strip around, it's going to be on the inside, who cares? Because I decided that would be the inside. And then when I was going to do the gusset, I realized I had not cut it at 3 feet 5 inches, because I had told myself, why did I decide this was needed to be this wide? It doesn't need to be this wide. So I cut it at 3 feet 2 inches. Yeah, so I went and bought another yard of fabric, another yard and 5 inches of fabric, technically. So I didn't have to have extra seams or anything in the fabric. And so now I had this yard of perfectly good fabric. It was, folded, it was 27 inches, so pretty wide, enough to do a lot of stuff with. And I said, I'm not going to just let this sit here. I spent money on this fabric. It's close to $21 a yard. Now, granted, I got it on sale, but still, the fabric is worth that, right? So I had fabric that I bought for myself in my room. I just put it away from fabrics that I use to make bags for the Etsy shop. And I took it out because it's black, and the other fabric was black, and I said, okay, these will look nice together, and it doesn't matter that that one is more costly, because it's just being wasted anyway. And I took out the fabric, and I was like, wow, I have a lot of this. And I had enough of the other one too, so I said, I can make 2 bags, one for me and one for the Etsy shop. So this is the fabric. It's kind of a flannel. It's not, the birds are having fun outside. The quail are running around. I don't know if I've mentioned, we have tons of quail here. And then they have baby quail. And those quail stay in the area. And then we have more baby quail. So there are quail everywhere. And I just love watching them because the little thing on their head goes as they're as they're walking. It moves. Anyway, so yeah. Now, this fabric is glow in the dark, and I'm going to put a picture here. It's not a great picture because it's hard to take a picture in the dark of something that's glowing in the dark, right? And of course, it was daytime when I was taking the picture, so I kind of had to enhance it a little bit. But here's the picture of it glowing in the dark. So the fabric that's on the inside is like a denim. So this is flannel and denim. Kind of a different bag than what I normally make. So I'm gonna love the one I make for myself. One of you maybe will love the other one. So there is that. Now, when I bought that fabric, I always buy fabrics in 2s, especially if I'm going to make it for a bag. So I bought this fabric. And because I wasn't finding anything I liked for the accent fabric. Now, this is a lot of fabric too. Probably enough to make 2 bags. I don't know if I really like them together. So now I'm happier. But of course I'm going to have to find something to do with that. And no, I'm not going to buy blue denim. Yeah, no. Even on sale it was $16 a yard. So no. Okay, so where else am I? Cross stitch. As you know, I've been doing ornaments for that I plan to do for my family, and I got one done, the sheep that I showed you. And I've been working on this one, 2023 Snowman, and I had to do the bottom of the 2 so many times. I've got a string hanging here, and it's for a reason. So I got the 2 done. When I was coming down here, for some reason I got all switched around and didn't use this color like I was supposed to. And it looks shaped really weird, but was I showing you the back or the front? Sorry. There's this color of threads up here. I'm not sure they're in the right spot. I won't know until I do the other things. But also, there's not enough for me to anchor this. So I kind of ran it through a little bit as an anchor, but I'm going to wait until I have other things to just go over it. Okay, so there's the 2. And when I'm looking at this looks really skinny here, but I had to redo it so many times, I figured that that's right. So now I'm working on the snowman. Now, one of the things I noticed, I did a lot of work on it yesterday because I was trying to fix the mess I had done before. And it makes my hand hurt because while the needle goes through okay, and it's a smaller needle, it's not, a giant needle, it hurts to, to put it in and out of there. So I wanted to give my hand a rest, and I said, maybe I thought about working on my other projects, and I said, no, I want to work on an ornament. So I had chosen these two. Sorry, showing a pattern here. It's hard to show this one without showing that pattern. These two here. And my brain was thinking about this one. But I started this one. And you see how that's on like a blue fabric? Now, I don't hate it on this, but I think maybe I want to go ahead and use the blue fabric. And it's not like I don't have it. As a matter of fact, when I'll show you the other stuff I got yet later. I bought another piece of blue fabric, and I have some of this fabric. So I think I'll just use that, and do it again, and I think I'll like it better. Not that I don't like it, but when I looked at the other one, this one would look prettier on that, right? Now, the white won't show up any better than it shows up on here, but it shows up. And I might make I might change the color of the bird and the word peace a little bit, just to make sure that they show up a little better. Anyway, so wasted time and effort, but yeah. It's already the end of October. I don't know what makes me think I can get any of these done. Now, the plan is to, I did the one for Naomi because that, I just did, but I'm working right now on ornaments for people who are out of town or who are not my siblings. So the 2023 Snowman is for my son's girlfriend. And the other two that I just showed you, one is for my brother's girlfriend. And my brother's having a really rough time right now. So hope you guys be in prayer for him. He's got a lot of things going on. As does my cousin Judy, who fell again. I believe it was a year ago. Maybe a little more than a year ago. She fell and broke her femur and cracked her knee. And she was in the hospital and then rehab for a very long time. And then she fell a little while ago and had some other kind of damage. And she's in her 70s. So, and then she fell a couple of days ago and injured the same knee. Cracked it, broke it, I have no idea. But she's in rehab again. And this leaves both of my aunts without transportation. They try not to depend on her, but, they were at a retreat of some kind or a outing of some kind with their church, and when they arrived, their ride wasn't there, and the church secretary came out and said they had gotten a phone call that she had fallen and that she was at the ER, and so somebody else gave them a ride home. But it makes it it makes it difficult for all three of them. So, and I feel bad because I'm not there. I can't help. And everybody who lived in Albuquerque either A, doesn't anymore, or B, has passed away. So I feel bad that my aunts are, one of my aunts has children who also don't live in that town. Her son bought her a home there, but none of her children live there. And my other aunt has always lived alone, doesn't have any children, and my mother used to try to care for her as much as possible. And I just feel like I need to take care of her. She's practically helped raise us. I mean, she's just really close to my sisters and I, and very close to my son. So, yeah, I'd appreciate prayers for that situation there. So, anyway, I shall move on. Because my sister's birthday was recent, I decided to pull this back out. And I swear I can't count. Oh man, if I could count, I'd be done with so many projects already. With that 2023 Snowman, I would be much further along. And with this one, I would probably be done with this cat. Now, right now, it looks right. But I had gotten like midway between the eyes and the nose, and I said, something is wrong here. And these eyes were one row too far down. And with the other cat being in the same spot, it would just look odd, right? But that was also the row where I made this fat ear, because I can't count. So I had to take it out all the way up to here, which also took out the fat ear, and then do it again. But I went further this time. But had I not made that mistake, I probably would be done with this and be able to put the face on. So maybe I should have worked on that instead of making a mess out of that second ornament, third ornament, I don't know. But yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have to pause it in a second, but I'm going to continue what I'm doing right now. So the first Whip Go project for this month was 10 days on the Chronicles of Narnia by Stitching Book Club for Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. And I had told myself to do all the back stitching in this first section, and I got as far as the lion, the W. But I'd done all this back stitch around these, right in here, around those, and got that much writing, this back stitching here. I got all that done and said, I have to move on. I have too many projects to do. I cannot. I was done for that day. And I said, I'll just pick it up when I pick it up next time, because it's not like I'm going to finish it. So right now, I'm going to go pause and get the other, I left it in the other room, the other Whip Go project. I'm back. So the other Whip Go project was stitch all the things, and it seems like the couple of times I've tried to work on this, I am just, and maybe it's because I wanted the berry, and the pillow is like, I like it, but it wasn't what I bought the pattern for. So here is how far I've gotten, which is basically that. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do any more work on it this month. So probably the only Whip Go challenge so far that I'm not going to get done. And that is because I really want to get those ornaments done. On the other hand, I would like to get this done, but I'm not going to get it done this time. You know, I can't even concentrate enough to do the word stitch. It's not hard. It's just, I keep thinking about all the other things I need to do. So to give it fair treatment, I probably need to put it aside. And I thought, you know, my board, my rules, I can switch that thing to Christmas ornaments if I wanted to. So it's more important for me, in my mind, to make the Christmas ornaments, because I am not in a position to go buy a whole bunch of stuff. And for those ornaments, the only thing I really bought was a couple of skeins of thread and that clear plastic canvas, which, as far as Christmas goes, really isn't very much. And I need to watch my budget. So the best way to do that is to finish those ornaments so that I don't have to feel guilty about not spending very much money on people, because that's a lot of time, and they come out, I think, beautiful. Now, hopefully, I will spend time and money FFOing them, because it's not just stitching them, right? So there is that. Okay. The last cross stitch project is Sapphire on Handcrafts 2023. Yeah, temperature style. So this is probably gonna be on my Whip Go next year, because realistically, I'm not gonna get that done. And here is so far. Now, yes, all of those spots are the same color. One day, this one was below 100, and then these were 100 and above. 100, 102. I'm like, I mean, it was probably warm enough for me to tough it and go swimming. You know, I'm just hesitant too with the issues I'm having with my knee and foot. I don't want to aggravate it. So, because getting out of the pool is hard. But I understand that we might get some cooler temperatures this week. Now, what I would really like is if we would get actual rain. We've had very, 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 very little rain this year. And, you know, a desert doesn't need much rain, but it needs some rain. And this year, our rainy season from like the end of July to beginning of September never happened. We had a few very minor storms. And that's probably why it's still hot. But I have to remember, God is in control, and He made the earth and the world, and, you know, He made the seasons, and so it'll rain when it's supposed to rain. I mean, there's a story in the Bible where it didn't rain for years. until he decided it should. Or like the story holes. Once there was a land where it never rained. The end. My son and I like that movie. Anyway, the only other thing I have, I showed you that blue fabric. I went to Hobby Lobby. Now, did I need cross-stitch fabric? No. I have a lot of cross-stitch fabric. But this, you know, Hobby Lobby got rid of all of its colors in cross-stitch fabric, pretty much. It's white and off-white. And this was marked $1. Now, does it say clearance? No. But it was marked down. And this is 25 count steel blue Lugana. And I have some projects that use this. And I wanted to, it's kind of a weird size. 11 by 18. This is 11 by 18, but in 25 count, it's just different, you know. Anyway, I wanted to make sure I had enough for the projects that I started that are on this color. And if I already had enough, I can use this for something else. So, like one of the ornaments. One of the projects I started on this color are some ornaments that are just white. So, and then this is upholstery fabric. And I decided to get some more. Now, of course, they were having a sale on their fabrics, on their threads at Hobby Lobby, 99 cents. Except not these. Of course, it's just the way things go for me. So, I'm trying to decide if there was anything else. I don't think so. Inevitably, when I'm processing the video, I think, oh, I forgot to mention this, or I forgot to say that. We are having a sale on the Etsy shop, Three Sisters Creative. We're having a sale 25% off of $35 or more. And I believe that goes past the end of the month. So my bag sets are $45. So you could conceivably, if I get that alien bag done today, like I'm planning, I probably won't, but if I did, you would be able to get that. So it's a pretty good deal. I just decided that, you know, I might as well make it where people can start thinking about their Christmas presents, because I am. I think she told me it was time to go. Well, we're filming our Three Sisters Creative video. When we start saying that it's time to go, she immediately comes back and starts putting her face on us. Huh? You like it when we're done? Yeah? All right. Well, I will see you next week. Happy stitching. Bye.